Hello, hello, hello. I am Cheryl Carter, founder of JAZ-C Parent Company, LLC. I will tell you a little about myself, a little about the company, and what I aim to do. I became a certified professional life coach in 2019, shortly after resigning from the 9-to-5 lifestyle. Since that time, I was able to really focus on my goals, my family, and my spiritual journey. I'll share more about my spiritual journey on through blogs on my website. I'll have upcoming blog posts. The website is www.JAZCparentcompany.com, and I'll list that information below wherever this video is posted. But I created my coaching business with a much greater focus and vision in mind than what it actually really started with. The main goal is to empower the individuals we touch. Note, we is more of me speaking this into existence, as I am currently the only certified coach within the company. I'm actually the only person within the company, but the company's motto is justifying abundance zealously through creativity. This means anyone who aligns with the goals of this company must desire to live life to their fullest potential. They understand that they have the power to create the life that they desire to live, even in the midst of some of their biggest trials. I aim to create a community of parents that understand they have the power to transform the next generation. They can do this through their healing. Why do I say healing? This is because I identify as a spiritual life coach. I choose to hold space for my clients to understand how everything that occurs in their life is part of a bigger plan and purpose. To provide a brief overview of my specialization, I'll start with the definition of a spiritual life coach. A spiritual life coach is someone who helps you change your life by changing the way you operate on a deeper level. They help you explore deeper connections between people and the universe. This coach does not necessarily have to be tied to any particular religious group, although they definitely can be. However, they would need to be open and accepting of the backgrounds of anyone who is drawn to them for services if they decide to start a coaching relationship. For me personally, I was raised with a Christian background, so I'm very aware of what it is like to grow up in the church. However, as I became an adult and went through my own fair share of challenges in life, I started to search for a deeper connection that I felt I was missing. When you are raised in the church and you start questioning certain protocols, verses, doctrine, even images, there's this big taboo like, nope, don't question God. When in all actuality, God, or my perception of the higher divine source that we refer to as God, loves for you to come with your questions. Because guess what? If there's a question, there's an answer. That does not mean the answer will always be revealed right away, because another thing that I also believe in is divine timing. Sometimes you have to ask and trust that you will be guided when the time is right. The main population I desire to serve is parents, particularly mothers, but not to exclude fathers, guardians, and even grandparents. The main thing is each of those individuals will have to either begun to have questions about their spiritual path or simply desire to approach life from a spiritual level. For instance, your desire to start a business or how you interact with your children can all be connected to how you live your life spiritually. The reason why I put more emphasis on our caretakers It's so that they are able to then pass the knowledge down, pass their understanding down to future generations. This leads to the services I offer. I offer life coaching sessions that allow the client to fully express their current mindset and how it relates to their desired path. Some sessions will end with them walking away with tangible action items. Do this by this time and you're good. While other sessions may end with them dedicating time to just reflect and become more aware. Outside of coaching, I also offer tarot and oracle card readings to those who desire to connect to that form of divination. I have a blog on my website that will start chronicling the things that I have learned and experienced along my spiritual journey. I'm doing this in hopes that my experiences may be useful to someone else along their path as well. I will admit, it took me a good minute to really classify myself as a spiritual life coach. My background is in higher education. So automatically, I assumed I would focus on educational success. However, shift happens and you have to go with it. So after I realized this was the space that I was in, I did a Google search for like the top spiritual coaches. Just trying to get an idea of what was in the field, what was out there, kind of get a good vibe of it. So I found an article that was talking about like the top 10 spiritual coaches to kind of like look out for in 2021. The things I noticed that all of those 10 women were women. Where the male healers at? I know they out here, so come through, divine masculine. Second, no one on that list looked like me. When I say look like me, I'm referring to complexion mostly, because I will not claim to know everyone's ethnicity just by a picture. However, I went to their social media, followed all of them on social media, and realized that they are all some dope women in their own right. This is why I'm drawn to spirituality. Being spiritually in tune shows you how much everything and everyone is connected in spite of our outward appearance. But as for my community, African American millennials, I feel it's time for us to make changes within our culture, which empower us to vibe at a higher frequency. So if that's my place to sow a seed here and there, then let me do my part. Spiritual coaches, energy healers, light workers, Reiki masters, tarot readers, astrologers, etc. have become more of interest as of late. Astrologers will point out that this may be because we're in the age of Aquarius, where it believes that this is the period that focuses on technology, computers, humanity, freedom, astrology, etc. I'm not an astrologer, so I won't pretend to go any further than that. But what I will let you know is YouTube is your best friend. So, if you have questions, research it. I mentioned this to say that healing work is on the rise, and I consider myself to be a healer. My form of healing is empowering my clients to take their life back into their own hands. My business will advance the field of coaching because it will allow us to bridge two worlds. A world that is more practical and focused on what is in front of you, with the world that is more intuitive and focused on what is happening behind the scenes. All coaches have a goal to help their client get from point A to point B. Let's talk about what isn't working, then let's dig deep to solve the problem, because the answer is already within you. I heard someone say that being creative is all about finding solutions to a problem and solving it. I love that outlook. So here at JAZ-C Parent Company, we inspire others to justify abundance zealously through creativity. Love y'all. Peace. And always remember to have a jazzy day.